You smiled at everybody today. Said you were good, said things were fine. Answered the text, showed up on time, and the whole time you were in the middle of something nobody in that room knew about. This one's for the private war. The hardest battles are the ones you fight while pretending everything is fine. Nobody sees the Sunday morning before the Sunday morning, the one where you sat on the edge of the bed with a warning from your own chest, something between exhaustion and the crisis that you managed to compress before the service. And the smiling gymnastics, earbuds in, the only hour nobody asks you how you doing, because you're moving and the movement is the answer to the question you don't want. So you stay inside the session, keep the heart rate high enough to drown out the confession. The workout isn't always about the body, sometimes it's the only place you don't have to explain yourself. And you're not lying when you say you're fine exactly, you're just carrying something that you haven't found the language for out loud yet, in a room with a face attached. The private war stays private, that's been the running plan. Zephaniah said the Lord delights in you, takes joy. And some days that's the verse that doesn't land the way it should, because the version he's delighting in is not the public one. He's delighting in the private war, the one before it's done.
What do you do with the battle
nobody's been briefed on? The one you suit up for alone before the day gets long. The one that doesn't have a prayer request because the words would make it too real for the room,
too heavy to be heard.
Some battles stay private, not because you're strong, because you're not sure anyone can hold the weight of it yet. And the war inside the chest is still a war. The unnamed fight is still a fight. The thing you're managing privately every single morning, God sees the whole theater of it every night.
Fighting a battle
nobody knows about,
suited up in silence,
keeping everyone else out,
showing up to lie.
while the real thing runs underneath. You can be losing the war privately and winning publicly at the same time. Both the real. Zephaniah said he rejoices over you with singing, not over the performance, over the actual thing. The private war, the real way. The before Sunday morning he sees the battle nobody knows, and he's fighting it too. Third setting is something in the quiet of the session, give me just enough room to let down the compression, not cry exactly, just the chest loosen 1 degree, like something that had been locked, decided to breathe free. God doesn't need you to name the battle before he joins it, not a vision, not a word I could write down, just this specific feeling that I wasn't fighting ground. The long, that's something present in the reps and in the room, knew the whole terrain of what I've been carrying since June. Zephaniah said the mighty warrior who saves is with you, not just for the battles that have names and faces. With you in the private war, the one before you found the language, the one that runs beneath the smile. He's been in it, not fixing it on my timeline, not making it in tonight, just with me in the actual geography of the fight. And sometimes that one thing, the not being alone in it, is the only thing that makes the next day possible. That's it, the thing I haven't said to anyone. I'm tired of carrying this alone, not because I want pity, not because I want advice, just the way to managing the private war. On top of showing up for everything the public life requires is a specific kind of exhaustion that the recovery score doesn't track. I'm not asking to be rescued, I just don't want to fight it alone anymore. And I've been scared that naming it makes it more real than I can handle. The saying that out loud takes it from manageable to confirm. But Zephaniah 3:17, the Lord mighty warrior is with you. Not will be, not was his present tense right now in the private war.
Before the name,
before the language,
before the very place,
he's already in the fight. He's been there since the first morning you woke up carrying it.
I'm not
alone in this, and neither are you.
Fighting a battle
nobody knows about,
but the mighty warrior
already knows the route, already in the territory I've been fighting through alone. The private war was never private to God. He's been there since day one.
And I said,
He takes the light, rejoices, sings. Not over the winner, over the one still in the ring. The one still suiting up on days the fight feels lost. The one still showing up and paying the private cost. Still fighting,
not alone,
never alone. The battle
nobody knows about.
God knows about, and He's already in it. It wasn't one thing, that's what nobody understands. If it was one thing, you could handle it. You've handled one thing before, but it came all at once. The relationship, the money, the health scare, the friendship that went quiet, the job. All in the same 90 days, and you're still standing. Barely, but standing. It wasn't one thing, that's why it broke you differently. October hit like 3 things at the same time. Relationship fracture, bank account on a flat line. Friend group went quiet in a way that said everything. Body under stress, and the stress had a sting that wouldn't leave, just lay it on a layer. Each new thing arriving before the last one cleared. And you're doing all the things, the gym, the discipline, the word. But the everything at once has a weight that can't be registered. You can be doing everything right and still be getting hit from every side. It's not a failure of faith into something manageable by morning. 2 Corinthians said, hard pressed but not crushed. And you're living in a hard pressed part right now, without the not crushed feeling. Just depressing, just to every side. Just the 90 days that didn't give you space to breathe between the hits. What do you do when the season stacks everything together? When you can't catch up before the next thing tests your tether. When the prayer list gets longer every week instead of shorter. And you're running out of ways to keep your life in order. Some seasons don't give you time to recover before they hit again. That's not failure, that's the season. 2 Corinthians named it hard pressed on every side, not slightly inconvenienced every side. Which means Paul knew this specific kind of weight, the everything at once, that can't catch up the late. Everything falling apart at once, can't fix it fast enough. Running out of funds of strength and trust, perplexed and pressed and struck and still not done. Hard pressed on every side, but not crushed. That line is the only rope I got to run. 2 Corinthians 4, 8, and 9. Not abandoned, not destroyed, not finished, not resigned. Everything is falling, but I haven't hit the ground. Hard pressed on every side, but not crushed. I'm still around. Sunday, after the 3rd bad week in a row, I went to the gym at 7 with nowhere else to go. Not for the gains, not for the program, just the moving. Just needing something in the body to keep proving that I could still do something, still complete a thing. Finished every set and sat there just breathing. And something in the ordinary of the rep and the exhale let me feel for one moment not entirely frail. Sometimes the gym is just proof that your body can still finish something that matters. And in that moment, something settled, not the season, not the relationship, not the money, not the reason. The things came all at once, none of that resolved. But something said I'm in the every side, I'm involved. Not solving it on my timeline, not removing the press, but present in the struck down, in the every side of stress. 2 Corinthians said, not abandoned, and I felt it in the most ordinary rep, that God was in it. I need to say what the 90 days actually did. It didn't just stress me, it made me question whether the faith I thought I had was real or just untested. Because when everything hits at once, the theology you held in comfortable seasons gets pressure tested in a different way. The season that breaks everything also shows you what your faith is actually made of. And what I found wasn't what I expected. I found something smaller than I wanted, more uncertain than I claimed publicly, more dependent on the feeling than I admitted. But I also found didn't go out, been pressed, confused, perplexed like Paul said, but not out. In the night out, through 90 days of every side. That's the thing I didn't manufacture. That's the thing that held I couldn't hold it, still here. Hard pressed, not crushed, struck down, not destroyed. That's not my strength. That's the verse being true in the body of someone who barely held on. Everything fell apart at once, and I survived it. Not because I was strong, because the verse described it. Hard pressed, perplexed, struck down, still not done. Not crushed means something held me up, that wasn't me. That's the part I can't explain but won't let go of. 2 Corinthians 4, every side still standing. Not thriving yet, not healed yet, still demanding more than I have most mornings. But not crushed, not abandoned, not destroyed, just still. And that's enough. Still here, not crushed, not done. The season isn't over, but neither am I.
You smiled at everybody today, and the whole time you were bleeding somewhere nobody could see. The hardest battle is the one you're fighting, while pretending everything is fine. Alarm at 6, feet on the floor before the feelings hit. Pre-workout in the hand before you let yourself sit with what actually happened. You don't have time for that, so you move, you lift, you push it back. Nobody at the gym knows what you walked in carrying. Nobody at church knows what Sunday morning was actually meaning. The smile was real enough to pass inspection at the door, but underneath the discipline, there's something keeping score. You can show up perfectly and still be falling apart on the inside. And the war doesn't announce itself in public, it just runs underneath the daily quiet. Specific, at 2 a.m. where the chest gets tight for no clear reason. The managing the face through another social season. Zephaniah said the mighty warrior is with you. And some mornings that's the only sentence getting through. What do you say when they ask how you're doing? And the real answer will clear the room. When the battle's so private that naming it feels like losing. Something you need to hold together till noon. Some battles stay private, not because you're strong, because you don't know who can hold the weight of it yet.
Fighting a battle
nobody knows about,
suiting up in silence, keeping everyone else out.
but God is in the private war. He's in the in-between, the battle nobody sees. God's already been in the scene. Zephaniah said he rejoices over you with singing. Not the public you, the actual you. He's witnessing the before Sunday morning you, the 2 a.m. the real. He sees the private war, he's in it, that's the deal. Third setting and something in the rep released a little. The chest had room for one breath in the middle of the session, where the body moves and the mind follows slowly. And for 30 seconds something felt less lonely. God doesn't need you to name the battle before he enters it. Not fix the situation, had to move an inch. The same thing waiting in the car at the end of the gym. But something in the ordinary waiting exhale said,
I've been in this with you
since before it had a name. Instead of fighting it alone, I'm here, I'm in the territory. The mighty warrior doesn't wait for you to tell the story. He's already in the ground you've been defending every day. Already in the private war, already in the fray. I'm gonna say what I haven't said to anyone. I'm tired of carrying this like it's not heavy. Tired of the weight management disguised as being steady. Tired of performing okay when okay is several miles back. And I don't need advice, I just need to say that I'm not asking to be rescued, I just don't wanna fight it alone anymore.
Zephaniah 3:17.
The Lord takes great delight in you, and you the private warrior, the one before the composure gets assembled. He's not waiting for you to win, he's rejoicing over you in the middle of the losing.
Right here,
right now. That's not a sermon, that's the only thing keeping me moving.
fighting a battle
Nobody knows about,
but the mighty warrior.
already mapped the route. Oh, already in the territory, already in the pain. The private war was never private to God, he's known the whole terrain. He rejoices over the real you, not the managed version. 2 a.m., tight chest, quiet desperation. Still fighting,
Not alone.
the warrior is here. The battle nobody knows about, God's been present every year. Still fighting,
Not alone.
never was. Zephaniah 3:17, the mighty warrior who saves is with you. Not with the version that has it together. With you, the private war you. The one who showed up today, carrying something nobody asked about. He was already in it. He's been in it longer than you knew it was a war. You don't have to win today.
You just have to know.
You just have to know. The warrior is already in the field. You've been fighting alone in a war God already entered. He was there before. You knew it had a name. Shoulders heavy like I've been carrying weight I never agreed to hold. Prayed this morning, words hit the ceiling and came right back cold. I know all the right words and none of them reached him today. Church on Sunday, doubt by Monday. That's the part nobody says out loud, okay. Woke up heavy, not sad, not angry. Just that gray that has no name. Like the air got thicker overnight. Everything feels the same. Bills on the counter, bodies tired. Skipped the gym for the 4th straight day. Not because I quit, because lifting feels pointless when the weight won't go away. Depression don't always look like crying. Sometimes it looks like fine. I smiled at everyone at work and came home empty down the line. Opened the Bible, Psalm 22 stared back at me like a mirror. Why are you so far? David wrote that before I did, and somehow that made it clearer. He wasn't weak for asking, wasn't faithless for the ache. Even David screamed into the silence, and it still counted as faith. I'm sitting here not performing, not pretending I got this figured out. Just a man who loves God, and today God feels like a drought.
I'm not walking away, I just can't feel the ground.
Still here,
Just can't feel it right now.
I know the theology, I've read the end of the book, but knowing how it ends don't always stop the shaking when you look.
Where did you go?
Or did you never leave? Heavy don't mean abandoned, I'm learning the difference. I can't feel your hand, but I'm still gonna breathe. Cause Psalm 22 didn't end where it started, that's the thing.
You were there in the crime before the deliverance came through.
Heavy as a season, not a verdict, I'm holding on to you.
Heavy don't mean abandoned,
I'm learning the difference. Far feeling God still got it. I need that to be true. Week 3 of the heaviness, something shifted, not the circumstances. Still broke, still tired, still got the same unanswered questions and advances. But I laced up Tuesday, not because I felt it, because the body still needs movement. Sometimes obedience is just doing the next thing without the feeling to prove it. Picked up the bar, put it down, picked it up, that's the whole sermon right there. Not healed, not fixed, but present, and present means he's still somewhere. He didn't show up loud, no vision, no voice, no burning bush on the block. Just a Tuesday that didn't break me, which lately is more than I thought. God, sustaining you quietly is still God. Even if it don't feel like a miracle, the weight's still there. I'm just learning to carry it different, heavy and held at the same time. That's the tension I'm living in. I don't need you to explain it, I just need to know you're here. Not a sermon, not a reason, just don't disappear. I stopped asking why and just ask,
are you still with me?
because if you're still with me, then heavy is survivable. And if heavy is survivable, then tomorrow is possible. And if tomorrow is possible, that's enough to get up one more time. That's all I need tonight, just one more time.
Where did you go?
Or did you never leave? Heavy don't mean abandoned, I'm learning the difference. I can't feel your hand, but I'm still gonna breathe. Cause Psalm 22 didn't end where it started, that's the thing. You were there in the crime before the deliverance came through. Heavy is a season, not a verdict, I'm holding on to you.
Far feeling God,
It's still God, and I need that to be true.
heavy is a season,
Not a sentence. I'm still choosing you. You don't have to feel close to God for God to be close.
You don't have to have answers for the season to have purpose. The weight you've been carrying without explanation, he sees it. He's in it. He hasn't moved. The silence wasn't absence. It was the weight being shared.
I did everything they told me. Prayed, prepared, stayed clean, showed up, gave more than I had. I followed every rule, and the outcome still went bad. Not a parable, not a lesson yet, just the raw part before the meaning gets assigned. Did it right, lost anyway. Now I'm trying to figure out if I'm losing my mind. Relationship was solid, built it slow, no shortcuts, honored every boundary line. 3 years of doing it different, already picked out, she said she needed time. Business was legit, no corners cut, no lies on the books, no hands I shouldn't shake. 18 months of sacrifice, market shifted, partner bounce, watched it break. You can build something real and still watch it collapse. That's the part they skipping testimonies. Job had 1,000 acres, 7 sons, and still woke up to nothing but the grief. He didn't sin, didn't slip, didn't hide some secret life beneath. And God said, have you considered my servant Job? Like suffering was a credential. What kind of God points to your faithfulness and hands it to the trial? That's not a comfortable question, I know, but I sat with it till it stopped feeling cynical. Because Job didn't get answers, he got presence, and somehow that was pivotal. I'm not angry at God,
I'm confused by him.
there's a difference between losing faith and losing the script you thought faith came with. The formula I was handed said obedience equals outcome, but Job's whole life is proof that equation wasn't the bottom. I did right and still lost, that's the honest testimony.
Not every faithful story ends the way the sermon said it would.
God was in it, I believe that, even when I don't feel the clarity.
Righteous loss is still lost, and he knows it, and he's still good.
Not good like everything works out before the outro plays. Good like he was Job's answer when Job had nothing left to say.
Not every faithful story ends the way the sermon said it would.
I did right and still lost, and I'm still his, and he still understood. 1-4 after the loss, I stopped performing, no cadence for the people at church. Stop saying God is working on a timeline I can't see just to skip the hurt. Told the truth to one person, said I don't know what I'm building toward anymore. Honest grief in a safe room heals more than the stage testimony ever could. Laced up anyway, not because the gym fixes theology, but the body still needs to move. Reps don't answer why, but they remind me I'm still here, still have something to prove. Not the guy to the version of me that wants to disappear inside the loss. He didn't promise the outcome, he promised the presence regardless of the cost. God's presence in the wreckage is still presence. I'm learning to count that. Job got his life back eventually, but first he sat in ash and nobody could say a word. And the friends who tried to explain it, God rebuked him. The silence was preferred. Sometimes the most faithful thing you can do is sit in the loss without making it make sense yet. Oh, I wanted the miracle,
I got the wrestling,
I got the wrestling,
I got the breakthrough,
I got the questions with no ceiling.
faith that can't survive.
Confusion was never deep enough anyway, and I don't mean that harsh. I needed to go deeper, because shallow faith cracks when the righteous thing doesn't protect you from the loss. God never promised the formula, he promised himself. And tonight, that has to be enough. I did right and still lost, that's the honest testimony.
Not every faithful story ends the way the sermon said it would.
God was in it, I believe that, even when I don't feel the clarity.
Righteous loss is still lost, and he knows it, and he's still good.
Not good like everything works out before the outro plays. Good like he was Job's answer when Job had nothing left to say. I did right and still lost, and I'm still standing in the wreckage with his name. Righteous loss don't mean rejected, it means the story isn't finished with the pain. You didn't do it wrong, you didn't miss the blessing because of some hidden sin. Sometimes the faithful path goes through the valley, not around it. Job wasn't a cautionary tale. He was proof that God trusts some people with the hardest chapters. Righteous loss is still part of the story. You're not at the last page yet. Phone buzzed again, don't even need to look. Already know it's another thing I can't fix today. I'm not falling apart, I'm just one notification away. Jaw's been tight since Tuesday. Shoulders live somewhere near my ears. Been holding it together so long, I forgot what it feels like to not be braced for what appears. Stack it up, the landlord called, the car made a sound it shouldn't make. Kids sick, bosses on one, and the one person I needed said they needed space. I'm not weak, I've carried heavy before. I know what endurance looks like in the body, but there's a different kind of tide that lifts past the muscle, past the mind. It's nobody, it's not one big thing, it's the 10 small thing on top of the night. That's the weight that breaks you quiet, not dramatic, just done by the night. Elijah ran from Jezebel after calling fire down from the sky. Prophet, miracle worker, chosen man sat under a tree and asked God to let him die. Not a villain, not a failure, just a human who hit the wall past empty. Even the anointed devil breaking point, and God didn't shame him for it, he fed him. Angel didn't preach at Elijah, didn't rebuke him, didn't quote his calling back. Just touched him, said get up and eat, because the journey too long for running on fumes and lack. I'm not asking to be rescued from my life, I'm just asking for 5 minutes when nothing needs me to be alright. Because strong has been my whole identity for so long that I don't know how to let somebody see me when I'm wrong. One more thing and I might break. That's the truth I'm standing in, not faithless, just full. There's a difference and God knows it. He fed Elijah on the floor before he sent him out again. Didn't ask him to perform, just said the journey's long, you need this. I don't need a sermon, I need someone to sit with me here. One more thing and I might break. And he already knows and he's already near. Not faithless, just full. There's a difference and God knows it. Hold me in the almost breaking, that's the only prayer I've got sincere. I went to the gym not to perform, but because I needed somewhere to put the weight. Literally borrow my background under my feet, that's the most present I felt in days. The body hold attention that the mind won't name out loud or process. Sometimes the only honest prayer you have left is a heavy set and silence. Drove home different, not fixed, not healed, but something had a little more room. Like the reps made space in the chest where the pressure had been sealing up the tomb. Called one person, said I'm at capacity, I don't even know what I need. They said I know I'm coming over, and that was the most God I felt all week. God shows up, and the person who doesn't need you to explain it just shows up. The problems didn't leave, the car still needs work, the landlord's still on hold. But I hate something, let someone sit with me, and that's enough to not fold. I need to say it out loud. I am at the edge, not the dramatic kind, the quiet kind, where you just stop and everything goes great, and you're still functioning, still showing up, still answering the text. The scariest breaking isn't loud, it's the one that looks like fine, and I've been looking like fine for a long time. I'm not fine, I'm full, I'm done carrying this without telling you. I lay it down, not because I'm strong enough, but because I can't hold it anymore. That's still surrender, that counts too. One more thing and I might break, that's the truth I'm standing in. Not faithless, just full. There's a difference and God knows it. He fed Elijah on the floor before he sent him out again. Didn't ask him to perform, just said the journey's long, you need this. I don't need a sermon, I need someone to sit with me here. One more thing and I might break, and he already knows and he's already near. Hold me in the almost breaking, hold me in the capacity I don't have. Hold me when the strong runs out, that's where grace starts, that's always where grace starts. Elijah asked to die under a broom tree. God's response wasn't a rebuke, it was bread, water, rest. The journey is too great for you. He already knew. He fed him first, he'll feed you first too. God doesn't ask you to get it together. Before he shows up, and then you can get up. Yeah, 3 of the same prayer, same chapter, same wall. I'm not losing faith, I'm losing the ability to keep saying soon. Watched everybody else get the thing I asked for first. Stood there smiling, dying in the heart. Habakkuk opened his whole book with how long.
So I know I'm not the only one.
I made a vision board in January like they said, wrote it plain, prayed over it, stayed ready. The door I knocked on for 2 years gave someone else the key, and I'm still supposed to be steady. Watch the announcement like the post-minute, genuinely mostly, but walked outside and sat in the car, celebrating someone else's answered prayer when yours is still pending. It's its own kind of scar. Nah, jealousy exactly, it's more specific than that. It's the question underneath, does the delay mean something I lack?
Ooh, yeah.
Did I miss a step, a lesson, a sin I haven't named or surrendered fully yet? Or is the appointed time just not yet? And that's harder to accept. Habakkuk didn't get a timeline, he got it, will not delay.
On a delay,
God's not yet, it's not the same as no, but it lives in the same body at 2 a.m. I know the theology, I've taught it, I've written it out on note cards on the bathroom mirror. Knowing the truth and feeling the way to 2 different rooms, and tonight they both feel real.
I'm not asking you to rush,
I'm asking you to hold me while I wait,
because waiting in faith and waiting in peace
are not automatically the same.
I got the faith,
the peace keeps slipping through my hands. I trust the time, and I just don't trust what it's doing to my plans.
still waiting.
Appointed time, I know it's real,
But knowing the promise don't always stop the ache you feel.
still here, still holding,
Still putting in the rest.
God's not late, I know. I just need help with what comes in between
The steps
the revelations coming. Habakkuk said it won't prove false. Still waiting
doesn't mean still empty,
it means
still call.
but knowing the promise don't always stop the
Ache you feel.
appointed time. I'm learning how to live inside the wait, for real. I stopped performing patience for the people who kept asking how it's going. Started saying still waiting, still trusting. Still some days it's hard, that's the more honest showing. Hit the gym, not the coat, but because the body needs to stay strong for what's coming. Prepare the body for the answer, that's what faith with works actually looks like running. I signed a lease on the next thing before I had the full thing confirmed. Not a reckless position like the farmers who plow the ground before the rain returns. Abraham packed the bags before he had the destination. Faith moves with the feet. Waiting on God don't mean sitting still, it means staying ready in the incomplete.
The wait changed me,
Not into something better automatically, but
into someone different.
less entitled to the outcome, more grateful for the presence in the in-between, in the distant. I still want it, I still ask. I still bring the same request most mornings to the throne, but something shifted in the asking. Less demand, oh, I trust you with this, and I'm not letting go. Can I be honest for a second? I'm tired of waiting, well, I'm tired of being the person who holds it together and doesn't tell. Sometimes I'm not
Waiting in faith,
I'm just waiting,
calling it faith.
and maybe that's okay. Maybe God sees the difference and stays anyway. Because Habakkuk didn't wait in peace, he waited in complaint. He wrote the questions down and God answered the man, not the saint. God didn't need Habakkuk to be polished, he needed him to be honest. So here I am, honest, tired, still holding the promise, still yours.
Still waiting,
Appointed time, I know it's real, but knowing the promise don't always stop
the ache you feel.
Still here, still hope.
Still putting in the reps.
God's not late, I know. I just need help with what comes in between
The steps
the revelations coming. Habakkuk said it won't prove false. Still waiting
doesn't mean still empty,
it means
still call.
appointed time won't prove false.
Won't delay.
I'm learning how to live in the way, not just survive it, but build inside it. Stay ready inside it.
Faith is inside it.
The wait is not wasted. You haven't been forgotten. The delay is not a verdict. Habakkuk asked how long in chapter 1, and by chapter 3 he was singing,
The same man, the same one asking questions. But something happened in the way that changed how he stood. It will certainly come, it will not delay. Not one day past the appointed time. The wait is not empty. It's where God builds what the answer will need to land on.
Answered everybody's text today. Nobody asked how I was doing, that's just Tuesday. I'm everybody's safe place and nobody's first call. That's the loneliest kind of busy. Held 3 people's grief before noon. Gave advice I needed for myself at 2. And somewhere between being strong for everyone else, I forgot I was a person too. I know the signs of burnout in other people. I teach it, I preach it, I send the articles. I can spot when someone's running on empty from across a crowded room. It's almost clinical, but the mirror's a different story. I walk past it saying I'm fine, just tired, it's a season. The helper is always the last one to apply the advice they're giving. Everybody calls when the relationship ends, when the diagnosis comes, when the job falls through. I pick up, I stay on, I pray with them, I follow up the next day too. But when I hit the wall at midnight, I open the phone, scroll the names and put it down. Because asking for help feels like betraying the version of me that everyone counts on in this town. Jesus withdrew, it's in the text. He left the crowd and went to pray alone. Even the Son of God needed space to be held before he could hold anyone else's weight. But I made myself into a function, available, dependable, the one who stays. And somewhere in the service I forgot that I was also someone who needs to be seen on the hard days. I'm not resentful,
I just realized
something quiet today. I give everyone access to my strength and nobody access to my breaking. That's not
generosity.
That's a wall I built and called it ministry. And God's been trying to get past it gently. Who
Checks on the one
who's always
checking in.
who holds the holder when the holding
Gets too thin.
God, you sent the angel to Elijah on the floor. Didn't ask him to be strong, just
Touched him, fed him.
said there's more. I need that, not a sermon, just someone to see past the capable. Who checks on the one who makes themselves indispensable. Who holds the holder when the holding
Gets too thin.
I'm learning to let you in before I hit the floor again. I told someone I'm not doing great last Thursday. 4 words, felt like jumping off a cliff. They said, wait, really? Like it didn't compute. Like the strong one having weight was a rift. The most radical thing a strong person can do is admit they need something. And I didn't perform okay, I just sat in it and let them see the unbecoming. Went to the gym Friday, not to punish the body, not to produce, just to move. Because movement without an agenda is its own kind of prayer when you've got nothing left to prove. The body holds what the mind won't name. Tight chest, locked jaw, shoulders that never dropped. Your body's been keeping score of every time you help someone else and stop. I'm still the person people call. I'm not walking away from that, it's part of how I'm made. But I'm building something different now, reciprocal, boundaried, honest about the trade. I need people who check back, I need rooms where I'm not the answer. I need God to be my first stop, not the last resort after I've already run the gamut. I sat in the car after church, everybody shook my hand, said you always know what to say. And I wanted to say,
I don't know what to say to myself right now.
I've been running on the fumes of everyone else's gratitude. You can be genuinely called and genuinely depleted at the same time. That's not contradiction, that's just human. And God, you didn't shame Elijah for being empty under the tree. You fed him, you touched him, you said the journey's too great. You never asked me to pour from empty. That was something I decided on my own. I'm putting it down, not the calling, the performance of the calling. I'm putting that down. Who
Checks on the one who's always checking in.
Who holds the holder when the holding
Gets too thin.
God, you sent the angel to Elijah on the floor. Didn't ask him to be strong, just touched him, fed him, said there's more. I need that, not a sermon, just someone to see past the capable. Who checks on the one who makes themselves indispensable. I'm letting people in now, past the strength, past the front, not just giving.
receiving, learning what community actually wants. Who checks on me? You do. You always did. I just kept the door locked from the inside.
You are allowed to need things.
You are allowed to need things.
Not allowed to say
I'm not okay to the same people you held last week. Strength that never rests isn't strength. It's
Slept 9 hours, woke up tired. It's not a sleep problem. There's a tide that lives past the body, and rest doesn't touch it. Got through the day, checked the boxes, smiled in the right places, handled it, and came home feeling like I'd been gone for years. Inside a year, hollowed and finished. It's not the kind of tide you fix with a weekend or a week off the grid. Not inflammation, not iron levels, though I checked both. Believe me, I did. It's the kind that sits behind the eyes when you're looking at people you love, feeling the distance between where you are and where you thought you'd be by now. That shucks. Soul exhaustion don't show up on blood work, but it shows up on everything else. The way you laugh a half second late, the way silence feels louder than it should on the shelf. I've been carrying the accumulated weight of years of almost, years of pivot, years of hope. The body adapted, the spirit kept the ledger, and the ledger's getting old. Jesus said, come to me. Not come to the Sabbath, not come to the program, not come to the plan. He said, come to me. Like the rest was a person, not a practice. And I've been practicing rest without ever actually arriving at the source. Running self-care routines while the deeper thing runs its slow, quiet course. I don't need more sleep, I need something sleep can't give. I need the kind of rest that reorganizes why and how I live. Not a nap, not a notification-free Sunday afternoon. Something that gets into the marrow, something that moves the weight in the room. What do you do with the tide that sleep won't fix? When you wake up exhausted
from the life you built.
Jesus said, come not perform, not produce, not get your mind right first. Come weary, come burdened, come exactly as you are in the worst. He didn't say rest like the world gives.
He said his kind goes different,
goes deep. When you wake up exhausted from the life you built, the rest he gives is an absence of work. It's finally being able to breathe. I stopped calling it laziness when I couldn't get up with purpose on a Thursday. Started calling it signal, the body and the spirit agreeing that something needs to change today. Went to the gym, not the grind was slow. Moved intentional, felt every rep land. Sometimes training slow is the most honest thing a tired body can demand. Less performance, more presence, that's the shift I didn't know I needed in the weight room. Same principle in the prayer room. Stopped feeling the silence, started sitting in the open space with room. He doesn't need my output, he wants my arrival, just showing up without an agenda or a list. The weary and burdened aren't told to fix themselves first, they're just told they won't be dismissed. You don't have to be rested to come to the one who gives rest. That's the whole point. The tired isn't disqualifying, it's the exact condition the invitation was written for. So I came tired, sat down in it, stopped explaining, and something in the room shifted at the core. I don't know how to stop. I built an identity around moving, then the moving stopped working, but I kept moving anyway. Because stopping felt like failing. I confused exhaustion with faithfulness for so long, I forgot they weren't the same. That's not a virtue, that's just fear. That if I stop, nothing will be there when I look at what's underneath the doing. What's underneath the doing? What if I stop producing and you still call me worthy? Could I receive that?
that's the question.
That's the real tire, the one that sleep can't touch. Only you can reach that deep. With the tire that sleep won't fix. When you wake up exhausted
From the life you built.
Jesus said, come not perform, not produce, not get your mind right first. Come weary, come burdened, come exactly as you are in the worst. He didn't say rest like the world gives.
He said his kind goes different,
Goes deep. The rest he gives is an absence of work. It's finally being able to breathe. I'm done performing rest, I'm coming to the source. Weary and burdened, that's the price of admission. Nothing more, come, just come. That's the whole instruction.
You've been tired for longer than you've admitted. Not just physically. The kind of tired that accumulates across years of holding it together. Of being strong, of pivoting, of almost, he said, come to me. Not come correct, not come ready. Not come when you figured out the rest. Come weary. That was always the invitation. The rest he offers isn't at the end of the striving. It's what makes the striving survivable. Group chat was active all day. Nobody said my name once. That's not paranoia, that's data. You can be surrounded and invisible at the exact same time. That's the loneliness nobody names. Showed up to everything, brought what I had, left without anyone noticing I was different tonight. David wrote, no one cares for my life from a cave. While his name was famous, I felt that right. There's a version of me that lives between the public one and the one I put away. The one who drove home quiet after the thing where everyone seemed genuinely okay. Not bitter, just aware that the conversation never curved. Told me once in 3 hours flat. Being in the room and being seen are two completely different things. I learned that I'm not the dramatic one, not the crisis, not the headlines. So nobody checks the margins, and the margins is where I actually live, between the visible moments and the silence that hardens. I posted something honest once, real caption, no filter on the feeling, got 12 likes. The manufactured version got 400, so I learned what the algorithm wants and I comply. Saw him a funky too, David in the cave. No one is concerned for me, that's the specific gay. The specific loneliness of being known but not known. That's what David named in that cave. Famous enough that everyone assumes someone else is checking. Invisible enough that nobody is. I'm not asking for a crowd, I'm asking for one person who asked the second question. Not how are you, but no, how are you actually? That's the one that costs something. Because I'll say, fine, the first time, almost everyone does. The real answer lies one question deeper than most people go. The version of me that nobody checks on, he's still here, still showing up, still holding it, still wondering if anyone would notice if he disappeared. God, you saw David in the cave before the cave got a song. Hey, you saw the hiding before the writing. You saw the man before the bomb. I don't need to be everybody's priority, I just need to know I'm yours. The version nobody checks on, you already knew him before he knocked on any door. Still showing up, still holding it, still wondering if anyone would notice if he disappeared. That version is seen, maybe not by the room, but by the one who sees past all the floors. I told one person on a Wednesday, said I've been feeling like furniture in my own friendships. They laughed first and stopped and said I've never heard it put that way, but yes, that's it. Furniture present, functional, never the reason anyone came into the room. And naming it out loud took something off my chest that had been sitting there since June. Went to the gym the next morning, not to perform, not to post. Nobody was watching and I loved it. Just the bar and the body and the breath and the space where being unseen felt like a gift, not a deficit. The body knows the difference between invisible and solitary. One is imposed, one is chosen. Learning to be alone without being lonely, that's a whole different kind of growing. I'm building differently now, smaller table, longer conversations, less performance in the interaction. God placed one person who asks the second question. That's not nothing, that's traction. I'm not waiting for a crowd to validate the version that lives in the margins anymore. That version has a witness, his name is the one who met David on the cave floor. I practiced being fine so long that I got good at it, and now I can't tell where the performance ends and where I actually am. I perfected fine so well that I lost access to what's underneath it. And that's the real invisible. Not that nobody sees me, but that I stopped showing up to be seen, even by myself. God, David said, no one cares for my life. And you answered him, not with a crowd, with presence. You didn't send David an audience, you became his refuge. That's what I need, not more people, a refuge. You, the version of me that nobody checks on. He's still here, still showing up, still holding it, still learning that scene doesn't require a mirror held by fear. God, you saw David in the cave before the cave got a psalm. You saw the hiding before the writing. You saw the man before the bomb. I don't need to be everybody's priority, I just need to know I'm yours. The version nobody checks on, you already knew him before he knocked on any doors. I'm done waiting for the room to notice what you never stop seeing. The margins aren't invisible to you, they're exactly where you go looking.
You didn't imagine the room does move past you sometimes. The group chat does go quiet after you leave. The how are you does stay surface level. That's real, and it's lonely. And David wrote it down so you'd know. You weren't the first person to feel invisible inside a life that looked full from the outside. But the cave had a witness. Your cave does too. You were never invisible to God. You were just in a room full of people who hadn't learned to look yet.